CQ, 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 and welcome back to the 599 Signal Report. I am your host, Ron, W2ELS. We've spent the last few episodes talking about learning the code, and in episode 8, mastering the art of POTA, or Parks on the Air Hunting, based on advice from WB0RLJ. But what happens when you're ready to flip the script? What happens when you want to become the focus of the pileup? Today, flip the key around and we're diving into the world of CW POTA activation. We'll cover the portable gear you need, the antenna tips for the field, and the simple strategy for running a fast, efficient activation that will earn you contacts and fill your logbook. The great news about CW is that it's incredibly efficient, making it the perfect mode for portal operations. You don't need a big station to participate in events like POTA. When you activate a park, your station needs to be portable and efficient. Sometimes running QRP or low power, 5 watts or less, is just fine. Since CW requires a narrow bandwidth, it can often be heard and decoded when voice signals are unintelligible. This means your signal can cut through the noise better even if you're running low power and using simple gear. The essential piece of gear that you'll need are simple: your radio, a paddle, a power support, and an antenna. For the key, I use a paddle, often connecting it directly to my radio to use its built-in keyer. For antenna, the simplicity and height are the key. I prefer simple verticals. They are inexpensive and allow you to quickly deploy. A 17-foot vertical is resonant on 20 meters. Just lower the antenna to get on 17, 15, and 10. Then add a coil like a Wolf River Coil Sporty 40 to get yourself onto 40 meters. Remember, you only need the smallest amount of signal to be heard, especially by big stations that are listening closely. Once your gear is set up and tested, it's time to call CQ POTA. Your goal is speed, predictability. As we discussed in episode 7, the POTA CW exchange is very basic. As the activator, you are looking for 3 things from the hunter: their call sign, a signal report, preferably 599, and their state or location. Here is the flow once you start running contacts. Call CQ POTA DE Whiskey 2 Echo Lima Sierra Whiskey 2 Echo Lima Sierra K. Then listen for hunters. This is where your strong ICR skills come into play. You are straining to pull a single call sign out of an inevitable blob of simultaneous transmissions. Once you get a partial or full call sign, you can send it back with a question mark. K5ND question mark. If they confirm, you send thank you. You'll immediately send their signal report, hopefully 599, and your state, New York. You log the contact while the hunter sends their report, which should be thank you, good afternoon, you are 599, and their state. Sign off. Thank you, 73. This is W2ELS, DIT. Get their DIT, and then immediately start the process over with a QRZ question mark or just a quick CQ POTA. By keeping the exchange ultra simple, you maximize your contacts, Remember, CW allows operators from different countries to communicate effectively. You are providing a service, and hunters truly appreciate the efficiency. Efficient logging is crucial. While high-end contest loggers like N1MMM can be daunting, there are simple, more beginner-friendly options out there. My preference? Ham2K, or Polo as it's called, portable logger, as well as World Radio League. Using software to log quickly is key. When the contacts are coming fast, the most rewarding part of activating is hearing those faint dits and das. When you pull a weak station out of the noise, often thanks to the efficiency of CW, it is truly a great feeling. But as my Long Island CW advisor, Stu, shout out KM3STU, says, you can't get them all. So if you can't pull a weak signal out of the noise, send a SRI for sorry and move on. POTA activation is one of the most fun things you can do with CW, especially with lightweight, inexpensive gear. But what if you're ready to move beyond the affordable entry-level gear? What if you want to invest in gear and equipment that will last a lifetime? Well, friends, next time on the 599 Signal Report, we're talking about the philosophy of buy once, cry once. When it comes to ham radio equipment, we'll look at the differences between entry-level keys and the famous Bengali Pearl or Fiberplex paddles, and discuss how investing in quality gear, even like a $3,000 rig from K3, can elevate your operating experience. We'll explore the gear, the legendary operators who choose them for their station. Well, that's all the time we have here on the 599 Signal Report. Thanks again for joining me in the shack. Until next time, this is Ron, W2ELS, signing off. 73.